Google used to be simple. You type something in and it gives you the answers. But in 2025, that's changing. Now, when you search, you don't just get websites, you get AI answers from Gemini, Google's chatbot. At first, it sounds, convenient, but think about it. If Google controls the AI that controls the answers, doesn't that mean Google controls the truth? Well, today we're going to dive into what I call the Google AI takeover, how Google is using AI to rewrite the internet, what that means for businesses, and why this might be one of the biggest power grabs in tech history. Google isn't new to AI. In fact, they've been researching it for decades. Back in 2017, Google researchers created the transformer model, and the very tech that made ChatGPT and Gemini possible. Without Google, modern AI as we know it wouldn't exist. But here's the twist. Even though they were pioneers, they got caught off guard. OpenAI came out of nowhere with ChatGPT and stole the spotlight. For the first time in years, people were saying maybe Google isn't leading anymore, and that was a shock. So Google responded the only way he knows how, by going all in. Billions poured into Gemini, partnerships with governments, integrating AI into every Google product, search, Gmail, Docs, YouTube. And what was the goal, you ask me? To make sure you never leave their ecosystem. So before we talk about the takeover, let's flip it. What is Google actually afraid of? In my opinion, as a losing search dominance, because for 20 plus years, search has been Google's cash machine. But if people stop clicking links and just ask AI for answers, Google's ads become worthless. That's billions in lost revenue. I think Google's also scared of AI going rogue. Because remember the early bad demos where it gave wrong info or creepy answers? Google is terrified of scandals where Gemini spreads dangerous misinformation because it makes them look irresponsible. Google is also scared of competition. Microsoft and OpenAI with Copilot, Elon Musk with Grok, even smaller startups like Perplexity AI are eating into Google's space. Google's fear is simple: becoming irrelevant in the one space it created. But now here is where it gets serious. Because in 2024, Google rolled out AI overviews, where Gemini just gives you an instant answer at the top of search results. I'm sure you must have seen it. Pops up always at the top of the results. And that sounds helpful, right? But it means you don't need to click websites anymore. So for millions of blogs, news outlets, and small businesses, traffic started dropping overnight. So by 2025, entire industries are panicking. Recipe blogs, travel sites, health advice pages, things people used to Google are now answered by Gemini directly. And when that happens, the websites don't get clicks. And if they don't get clicks, they don't get money. Meanwhile, YouTube creators have noticed something too. Gemini summaries are being tested on YouTube. YouTube videos are now being summarized and are giving viewers the short version instead of encouraging them to watch. If Google can summarize your work with AI, why would anyone stick around? This is the heart of the takeover. Google isn't just giving you search results anymore. It's deciding what information matters and leaving the rest behind. Here's why this matters a lot. For businesses, SEO, which is search engine optimization, which is the art of ranking on Google, might be dead. And I mean completely dead. It wouldn't matter how good your website is if Gemini never shows it. Imagine running a travel blog for years and then one day, zero traffic because the AI answers everything. For creators, even YouTube isn't safe. If Gemini starts summarizing, generating video clips, creators could lose revenue. The platform that gave them a career might suddenly replace them with AI snippets. For people like us, we stop deciding where to get our info. Instead, Google's AI decides for us. That might sound convenient, but it also means one company is shaping how billions of people see the world. But here's the scary part. If you control AI at this scale, you don't just control answers, you control reality. If Gemini says something is true, most people will believe it. Like, that kind of influence is bigger than any government or media company has ever had. And Google knows it. That's why they are moving so aggressively. They're not just protecting their business, they're making sure that when the world shifts to AI, they own the gate. It raises a huge question. Is this progress or is it censorship? Is Google making life easier, or are they locking us into a future where everything we know comes through their filter? So here's the bottom line. The Google AI takeover isn't about replacing search with something smarter. It's about controlling the flow of information at a scale we've never seen before. And the question is, do you trust one company with that kind of power? Or should we be worried that the internet we know might be disappearing into a single AI controlled box? I want to hear what you think. Is Google saving the internet or destroying it? Please do drop your comments and drop your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to FutureTech Explains for more deep dives into AI tech and the future of our world.